Happy Valentine's month, everybody. I'm the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to share with you some of my favorite Valentine's Day episodes from TV shows or even movies. Not everything is all lovey-dovey. Sometimes Valentine's Days deal with heartache and everything. So, some episodes will be romantic and lovey-dovey, while others will be very sad and heart-wrenching and stuff. But love is love. It doesn't always come with smiles and giggles and glee. So, I'm here today to talk to you about Can't Hardly Wait, the 1998 cult classic movie. This is one of my all-time favorite movies just because of how crazy the graduation party is. When it came to this movie, it first caught my attention because I was a huge fan of Not Another Teen Movie. Never even hearing of Can't Hardly Wait. And so when I would watch the special features of Not Another Teen Movie, they had the trailer for this movie. I'm just like, wait, hold up, everything is kind of looking the same. So that's the movie they spoofed. And so for the longest time, I just wanted to watch it. When I was in college, but never did. Kid never really came on TV or nothing like that. Then this person I used to be friends with, she knew I really wanted to see that movie, so she bought it for me on DVD. And, I've loved this movie ever since. Now, it had mixed reviews at the box office, but it is now a cult classic. 26 years ago, man, that's a long time. And it had a budget of $10 million. It only made $23 million. And it's funny because the reason why this movie was even created is because of a slasher movie, Scream. I've said this many times before. Scream is what literally restarted the whole teen genre. Teen movies died out in the 80s, and the only time you would see a teen project would be on TV. But along came Scream, and then it restarted the slasher genre. It restarted the teen comedy, the teen romance. Scream was a big hit. Now, the movie is written and directed by the duo of Deborah Kaplan and Harry Elfont. These two, after looking them up, they work on the same projects. I don't think they've ever done anything individually. They have always worked on the same stuff. Like they did Josie and the Pussycats and Viva Las Vegas. Yeah. And I'm just kind of like, dude, how did you end up making Can't Hardly Wait so great and made those stinkers and stuff? I don't get it. But thank God Can't Hardly Wait is actually hilarious. And I mean, this movie is hilarious. Yes, the movie, as you can see for the Valentine's Day format, it's a romance comedy and everything. But the romance part is only like a small kind of subplot. Like it's there and it does make the entire movie, but the entire movie just is pretty much revolves around the house party. So you have the main characters, doing their thing as we get to see, what everybody else in the party is doing. And it is some of the most crazy off the wall stuff you can ever imagine. And that's why I love Hollywood parties. In movies, they always make them so insane. And this movie has a huge star-studded cast. Every person you see in this movie, you've either seen in some type of teen drama, teen TV series, a comedy series, or a teen movie. They were basically the main ones you would see around this era and stuff like that. Although there are a whole bunch more they could have added, most of the ones that you do see mostly are from movies, and then a couple of small spots on TV or big spots like Melissa Joan Hart, Sabrina Teenage Witch. She's in this movie with a small role. And it's funny because she's in here with Jennifer Love Hewitt. And of course, Jennifer Love Hewitt would go on to make I Know What You Did Last Summer, and she was in Party of Five. And it was funny because Jennifer, for the longest time, assumed Melissa got her high in the movie. Oh boy. Now, I remember Melissa told a story about something that happened on set. I think she got hurt in the pool or something like that. Because, like, I think she had to, it was something that happened to her legs, I think. Because she was filming Sabrina and she had to come over for this movie, do that really quick, then go back to Sabrina, and something happened. I think she was tired and sleepy, fell or something like that, and hurt her legs or something like that happened. I can't remember what. But, it has Melissa Joan Hart. It has Jennifer Love Hewitt. It has, Seth Green, oh my God. Lauren Ambrose, Charlie Corsmo. It has Peter Facinelli. It has what's that dude's name? Jerry O'Connell. And there's a bunch more like Jamie Priestley and a whole bunch of other people I just can't get into right now because there's just too many and stuff. And some of these people have smaller roles. Some of these people are uncredited in the movie. Jenna Elfman is in this movie, uncredited. Sean Patrick Thomas is in this movie. Jason Segel, he's the watermelon guy. And there's a deleted scene that's in the trailer where he talks about how he's pumped like this watermelon full of vodka and kept it in his fridge or freezer for like all summer or something like that. Or for like a really long period in time. But then when he brings it to the party, somebody knocks him over and he smashes it. So that part's taken out of the movie. But the part that has him in there with the watermelon is when he's pretty much drunk and talking to like Amanda towards the end of the movie. And there's just so many celebrities that are in this movie. Like, it is just insane. And I remember like the klepto dude is the Shermanator from the American Pie movies and stuff. And it's just like, it's insane. And it's nicely divided between like race. So, there's like multiple races in this movie. Sadly, of course, the people of color always get the smallest roles in this movie. So they only have like a few like small scenes and a few lines of dialogue, and that's about it. But like, this movie is one of those just classic 90s teen movies that you always hear about that went into like the 2000s and stuff. Now, some things have not aged well. There's a homophobic slur that gets used about 3 or 4 times in this movie, and that has not aged well at all. And there is the N-word used by a group of white guys. They're like ghetto white guys, and I can't stand that. I mean, I get why their characters would use that word and everything in the context of the movie, but still, you don't have to go that far. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just to get a couple of laughs, because they was funny enough as it is. But this is like, a romance movie of all things. And there were talks around, 2018 or so, that Jennifer Love Hewitt was supposed to, I think, direct or write or something. She was supposed to have some type of involvement in the sequel to this movie, showing their like college reunion. No, not college, but high school reunion and stuff. And I think she was supposed to direct it, but there's been no word on that since. It's probably scrapped by now. But like, it would have been cool to see a high school reunion with the entire cast coming back and seeing what they've been up to and all their crazy shenanigans and stuff. Now, there was a television show from Awesomeness Television that you can watch on Hulu right now called All Night. And I've just reviewed that last month. And like, it's pretty much a predecessor to this movie where a group of high school kids are at their graduation party at at a rec center type place, and they just stay up all night and there's a bunch of shenanigans and stuff like that. It's the closest you'll get to a sequel with this. So let's get through some of like the storylines that's going on with the characters and stuff. You got this one girl who it's her house, her parents are gone, she's throwing the party. She can't enjoy the party because she's stressing out because the party got too overcrowded and people are breaking stuff. And she spends the entire movie just panicking and roaming around the house. You have Love Burger, they're the band, and they're supposed to play, but like they can't. They never get to sing not one hit or one number or nothing like that because the band cannot get along. Basically, the lead singer gets pissed when he sees one of the bandmates wear their own shirts. And this just causes a huge fight between the band. But they later like make up towards the end when they're supposed to have a song, but then the cops show up. Mike is him and his friends. Basically, Mike broke up with Amanda, and she's supposed to be like the hottest girl in school and everything. And he broke up with her because he thought once he goes to college, then he'll begin like, hooking up with tons of girls. So he convinces his friends to break up with that of their girlfriends. Problem is, they don't because they're not that stupid. They're jocks, but they ain't that stupid to break up with their girlfriends and stuff like he was. And when he talks to Trip McNeely, who's supposed to be like, this dude who was constantly getting some in high school, he goes to college and realizes everything is different and he should never broke up with his girlfriend, which convinces Mike that he made a bad mistake. He bullied this one dude named William all throughout high school. William is an extreme nerd. Him and his friends are just like the most stereotypical nerds you can see. And so William has a plan. He's gonna embarrass Mike like Mike did him for 4 years. He's gonna drug him with chloroform, and then he's gonna strip him down to his underwear and take all these like crazy weird pictures and stuff. Problem is, William is the only one who goes to the party. His friends are supposed to wait on the roof and take the picture and stuff. William ends up getting drunk and becomes literally the life of the party. The Paradise, what's that one song called? Paradise City. That song, oh my God, dude, that part of the movie is one of the best parts of the entire movie. Because he truly rocks out and everything. But by the end of the movie, when he tries to get his revenge, he ends up befriending Mike because he feels sorry for him and everything. Melissa Joan Hart plays this obsessed girl who just wants everybody to sign her yearbook. And it's just the kookiest, craziest thing. And it's a fun, small little role for her to have in there. Everybody, of course, doesn't want to sign it. And some people, like one guy threw it in like the pool. And one other person, oh my God, dude, they literally just shoved her off screen. Kind of like how, the Hulk punched Thor out of just the screen and stuff. And so eventually she ends up liking this one dude who only wants to talk about like the memories and everything that they had like in high school. That's basically his whole thing when he just goes around being like, hey man, remember this time? And it literally, they spent 4 years together and now this is like the last day and all he can think about is the memories. The white ghetto guys, they are hilarious in this movie. Basically, they are a huge stereotype on ghetto culture and white people wanting to be black. And they try their extreme best to act black, along with that of Kenny. I don't know really how I feel about this now because I see it kind of now as a mockery and everything, like they're mocking black culture, but they're also mocking like white people trying to be like other cultures and stuff. So it's just kind of like I'm on the fence with this. Like on one way I see this as being hilarious and another way I see this as being slightly on the offensive side. There's this one girl who heard a rumor that her boyfriend's been cheating and she's been crying and all she wants to do is just like hook up with some random dude at the party, which causes Kenny to overhear her and want to like do her and stuff, only for her to get back with her boyfriend as Kenny is trapped in the bathroom. Now that just leads us to our 4 leads. You have Denise and Kenny. Kenny is a white ghetto boy who him and his friends, for for whatever reason, they want to act black, but better yet, they want to act ghetto. This is interesting, especially in today's time, where there are more and more people acting like other races and other cultures. You have tons of people trying to act ghetto, preppy. You have some people trying to act Asian, and then you have some people trying to act Hispanic. I think it's more about culture. Like, if you try to act like a different culture per se, that's not technically bad, but when you actually try to be that race, like by trying to style your hair, well, not so much hair, 'cause I don't care about hair, but your skin color, when you try to change your like skin color and everything, that's when I draw the line. And so Kenny is just like, he thinks he's the coolest person in the world. He just wants to get him some, like in this movie, and basically he's just roaming around the entire party trying to talk to girls, but they are not interested in him, and one literally makes fun of him. And it's funny, the girl who makes fun of him, because both of them starred in Buffy, and in the same episode where they're werewolves, and I think he bit her, and then she went around killing people and stuff. So, like I said before, you've seen them in like some show or movie. And so she just makes fun of him in front of everybody about how he had Cheetos stuck in his braces. He's really just nothing more but a dopey kid. He dresses in baggy, colorful clothes. His clothes look more Asian inspired than they do like black. But then he also wears goggles and stuff, which he said when he told this one girl they're in style. I've never seen people really walk around with goggles. I've seen that one black basketball player, but then when it comes to goggle wear, I've only seen that in Digimon, and that's anime. And so his whole outfit look is more Asian inspired than it is anything else, but he acts like he's a black dude. And he always starts to send it all with the word damn and everything, or he'll end it with it and stuff. And like, Seth Green plays this role so hilariously, and he has this whole love making kit. So basically, he has oil, he has candles, he has some type of like fluffer type thing, condoms, like books on Kama Sutra. And so when he thinks he's gonna like get with that one Asian girl, he goes to the bathroom to prepare. So he's preparing some Kama Sutra moves and everything on the tub in the bathroom sink. When Denise shows up, he loses his balance and basically just flops on the floor. But then the bathroom door gets shut. So they're trapped in there for the entirety of the movie. Now, Denise is kind of like the outsider. She doesn't like the idea of having friends. She doesn't have any friends, and she thinks she's invisible in the school because nobody knows who she is. So because of that, she didn't even want to go to the party. And the only person she knows is Preston, and they used to date. It's never explained why they broke up. And she used to be friends with Kenny, and it's revealed that she said Kenny got too cool for her and ditched her and everything. When she is at the party and people start talking to him, like, hey, aren't you like in my English class? It makes her very excited knowing that she's not invisible. Problem is, it was a bet, because people didn't believe she went to the school. But the one girl's like, yes, she did, because I sat behind her and stuff. So this upsets her to go to like the bathroom, and she goes to the bathroom either to just be alone or just to use it. So her and Kenny are constantly fighting when they're in the bathroom, because she thinks he's a freak and he thinks she's a weirdo. And like, you know, she even flat out tells him, look in the mirror because you're white, you're not black and everything. And that upsets him, and he's all like, I don't try to act black, but he does and everything. After they start to like stop fighting and everything, they start to like bond and rekindle their friendship from back in the day, only for them to make out and then to do it. But here's the problem. She's a very rude person. She's literally kind of like a little bit of that, she's a little bit of the, what's that thing called? The manic, pixie dream girl type thing, but just really, 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 really rude. And so like, He thinks he's the bomb in business. This is the first time he's ever done it. She's done it before, and she's all like, it gets better. So he's pissed that she literally insulted him and everything about his lovemaking skills. They fight, the door opens, and they just fume out. But then towards the end of the movie, they're at like Denny's and everything. And then it's revealed they did it again, and then they started a relationship. They are pretty much the secondary couple in like the movie, and to me they're the most interesting than the actual main characters. The main character and couple of the movie is that Preston and Amanda. Amanda is supposed to be the hottest girl in the entire school. She's played by Jennifer Love Hewitt. And like, she's one of my all-time favorites, man. I've crushed on her for a long time, but not as long as I crushed on Melissa Joan Hart. And so like, but I just like, she's like, but when it comes to like Jennifer, she is literally my favorite actress, like one of my like top two favorite, like tied at and stuff. And but I hate her hair in this movie. It's so big. But she does the whole like slow motion, not so much slow motion walk, but oh, she's the one who does the whole like stand still and the camera just like pans on her and her hair is like blowing in the wind. And you wonder where the heck is the wind coming from if she's indoors. But if you look behind her, the door is open. And so she's the girl everybody wants, but Preston wants her the most. And so she dated Mike on her first day of school when they was freshmen, and Preston has crushed on her ever since. Basically, with her, she's mopey throughout the entire movie because she dumped Mike and now she feels like a nobody. It was her first day in school. She started dating the jock star football player, and that's all people saw her as the girlfriend. So now that she doesn't have that, she doesn't have her popularity as much as she thinks she does. But the thing is, people, like tons of guys just like fan over her, but she doesn't realize it because she was all in Mike's circle. So she has this heart to heart with her cousin. When she's creeped out at first, she's like, we're second cousins, and he sits next to her. But then you get this weird vibe, like what's going on? But we don't know why. And so they have the heart to heart where she talks about how all she can see herself is as like the girlfriend, nothing more. And nobody knows who she is. She literally feels now invisible and stuff, because her like costume has now been like ripped off her and she's just an ordinary citizen now. And then her cousin tries to kiss her, and so she's grossed out, but he's all like, we're second cousins through marriage. And then he's all like, oh, don't tell my mom and dad. So after the cousin kiss, Preston sees this and is devastated. Heartbroken, he just leaves the party. So basically, she just like goes off on herself. Her friends are also dating Mike's friends, the ones he wanted them to dump them and stuff. And turns out they're shady towards her when her back is turned. And so when it comes to Preston, Preston is your dopey guy. He's the guy you root for to get the girl and everything, you know? Like, he explains how he was late for school and how he was eating his Pop-Tart in like class, and he sees she has the same exact one. He thinks it's fate. They're destined to be together. And he's been panning after her for 4 whole years, but could not talk to her because he was just too afraid. But he wrote her a letter, like I think like 4 years ago, and he finally wants to give her that letter. This is what Denise thinks is really stupid. And, you know, she tells him, you know, there are better things in life than the fan after this one girl who might not want you. But he just thinks everything is fate, especially when he hears music on the radio that always has to pertain to whatever situation he is in. So he thinks this is true love's destiny. And so he still doesn't have the courage to give her the letter. So after the cousin kiss, Preston sees this and is devastated. Heartbroken, he just leaves the party. He's sitting on his car, listening to the radio, and then he gets an epiphany. He runs to like those phone booth type things. Lord, that was a long time ago. Like, everybody got cell phones now, but in this movie, people really didn't have cell phones. And then he meets an angel played by Jenna Elfman, who gives him all kinds of advice. But he finds out she's a stripper, and she thinks he's in love with Barry Manilow. Anyway, the advice that she gives him, he goes like, I think party. By this time, this is around the time Mike goes back and tries to get like Amanda back, but he hears her just like tear Mike a new one, because Mike realizes what he did was stupid, and he tries to get back with her while being drunk, and she just berates him in front of everybody. So now he knows this is his chance. But there's a problem. Every other guy is trying to get after her now, but they're doing it in a really kind of gross manner. It's even at the point when they guys do approach her, she's happy because she's all like, oh wow, somebody actually wants me and stuff. But they're talking about how they got like rock solid when they see her, about how, you know, now that what's her name and them are broken up, maybe they can get together, hook up, because everybody also thinks she's easy and stuff. This causes her to be pissed by the time like a couple of guys come after her, and then when Preston finally comes after her, she just like curses him out. Not really curses him out, but like insults him in front of everybody and berates him and talking about how, like, you know, you're such a jerk because all you think I'm easy and stuff like that. Completely not even listening to what he's saying. So he's sad and heartbroken, and he just drives off and everything. And at one point in time, his letter gets shuffled around the party, and it comes to like Amanda. She reads it, and she has no idea who this Preston guy is. And so like she's asking everybody at the party, and everybody knows who Preston is but her, because he's not popular, but he's well liked. Like, he's a really nice guy. And so by the end of the movie, she finally tracks him down at like the train station because he's going off to college. And you know what this is going to lead to? They both missed their chance and everything. And so she is really heartbroken now because finally she's met this guy who actually likes her for her and will treat her nice, she's assuming. And now he's gonna go off and she'll never see him again. And so, like, you know, he ditches his train ride and is gonna, like, I think catch like the next one like in a month or now, something like that. And it turns out they kept in touch for like, you know, while they was in school, going to different schools and everything like that. And it's kind of cool. It's that romance type movie love that people wish their life was like, you know? And because it's just so, cause everything is just like kismic and meant to be. So yeah, man, this is like a huge cult classic. So many people love this movie. You know, at some point it's gonna get rebooted in the far future. It eventually is going to, you know. A lot of movies people don't think is gonna get rebooted end up getting rebooted, like The Breakfast Club. That got very rebooted for a modern day audience. Now, wasn't that romantic? Or depressing, depending on what kind of video I just talked about. Okay, well, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. And bye.